and welcome to episode 26 of the Backdoor Cut podcast. I'm Clayton Fawcett, joined by Christian Virgil. How are you, Christian?
Lakers are playoff bound again. Woo!
Oh my gosh.
I am doing pretty good at the moment. I'm pretty lit right now.
All right. How are you doing, Nelson? How are you?
Simmons is better than Randall. That's it.
What a way to start this off.
We're going to have to mute Nelson really quick.
It's the only way to start it. I'm sorry, guys.
It's the only way to start. Well, we finally got a win that felt good.
Yep.
Throw me some takeaways, Nelson. What stood out to you, good or bad?
I'm waiting until Nance gets healthy again to say that Nance is that Randall's better than Nance, but it's looking pretty clearly like Randall's better than Nance. Probably my biggest takeaway is Clayton's been saying it a lot in the chat. I've been noticing a lot, and people starting to finally pick it up a lot more. Is that D'Angelo makes Randall a lot better. That's not to say Randall's not a good player without D'Angelo. He's just not the best player that he can be. And this offense and D'Angelo, it just all combines to make it, this 1-2 punch that, could easily be on a contending team. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Randall's the third option, like a contending team, which is a lot to say because I thought he would be like the fifth option, the least, like just have him in the corner and just don't let him do anything because he has no offense. And now he's become a much better at setting picks and rolling. And we all know that he could roll, but now it's just looking a lot better with D'Angelo. My biggest takeaway though would be Nick Young being a good basketball player. He's flashed being a good basketball player, but today he's just like went ultra nova, like the Super Saiyan, however you want to say it. But he just lit it up, and I kept tweeting that trade values keeps going up because it is. I think that Lakers would be really dumb if they don't trade Nick Young. I know that he's like a big not culture guy, but like he's like this big thing that attracts. He's kind of box office for the Lakers. He was born in the Lakers. He went to USC. He has swag. I know Clayton doesn't like the word swag, but he has swag, and that gets tickets. How many I don't know, but it gets some. So but seeing him actually produce on the court and being able to catch and shoot is great to see because the Lakers needed a shooter, and Nick Young's being that for at least this year.
Agreed. Merge, what stood out to you?
Really, I mean, I always say this, but D'Angelo, again, I agree with Nelson with he makes Randall so much better. And again, it's not a knock on Randall at all. It's just D'Angelo I think he makes everyone around him better, but it's most notable around Julius. Julius loves having D'Angelo and Nick for the little dump off screen passes that he does and to drain those open threes. And D'Angelo is back to shooting like an elite shooter, like he was like at a lot of points last year. And it's just I think this is probably my favorite win of the year. Even maybe better than the Warriors one, just because it was an end-to-end, wire-to-wire lead, and it was against a team that wasn't on a back-to-back, wasn't like super tired, and they had their whole team there. And so, I mean, it was just fun to watch them have fun and then play good basketball at the same time.
Yeah, I think what really stood out to me is the starting lineup is just at the beginning of the year it was just like it's just so bad, and the bench is just they're saving them, which was true. Yeah, the bench was awesome.
Yeah. Now
the roles have flipped, and not to say that the bench now is bad. It was bad for a stretch, but it's not. The starters aren't bad anymore, which is just it's good that because it's partly due to Dang, not playing like a carcass out there.
Yeah.
But D'Angelo's healthy, and you can see it. He looks more. He's not an explosive player, but like I think that's the word that I want to use still. Because even though he's not that explosive athlete, he's making plays that you're just like, that are like, holy crap. I mean, how many passes did we see at the end of the second quarter?
Oh my
like two or three that were just like, oh my word, just splitting guys and just finding easy rolls to the basket. And like you both said, D'Lo makes guys better. And the one that always stands out is Randall. I mean, he obviously is so much better.
Yeah.
But I think Nick also is really reliant on D'Lo. And maybe that's just maybe that's just recency bias. But the last few games, how many did you say he was 12 for Nick is 12 for 23 from deep?
Yeah, his last two, he's 12 for 23. I think his last 7, he's made 44 3-pointers.
Yeah. So he's not getting that because just him isolating and,
doing the spiky P stuff.
Yeah, doing old Nick stuff. He's running off of screens, and the guys are being drawn to D'Lo, and D'Lo's finding him, and it's just like when people say he's just bad, I'm like, check the lineups, man.
Yeah,
like,
see,
I don't want to get super analytical right now, but the lineups are drastic in that he is just. So the Lakers are just so much better with D'Angelo.
The on-off numbers are pretty staggering if you look at them. But a testament to being a good player is once you get the attention, once you become a known player, once you become a good player, how do you react to that? How do you allow defenses to react to you so you can distribute? D'Angelo doesn't get enough credit for he's the best player on the team and he's the central focus. When defenses are scheming, they're scheming for D'Angelo, not scheming for Randall. There's not a big offensive presence. There's no bigger offensive presence on the Lakers than D'Angelo. So they're scheming against him. And they're like, if Nick Young's going to beat us, Nick Young's going to beat us. But we're going to scheme to stop D'Angelo. And D'Angelo's doing a good job of accepting that and distributing the ball. He doesn't always get the assist, but he gets the hockey assist. He lets the defense collapse on him. Then he passes it out. The defense reacts to them, passes it out to a wide open shot. How many times that happened? A lot of times this year just because D'Angelo's that big of a presence. And, it's a testament because, most point guards can have a great rookie year and then just fall once they get more attention, more pressure, once defenses start saying, oh, yeah, he's a good player. We should pay attention to him. But they're doing that to D'Angelo, and he's taking it all in and playing it.
Yeah. Nelson, you wrote one of your little film rooms about you were focusing on at the end of the Toronto game, which, just to say real quick, even though it was a 9-point loss and I think the deficit was up to, was it 19 at one point?
Yeah, it was 19.
Yeah.
We were in that for about 42 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And typical Young stuff, we just lost track. But at the end, it's almost with how it's carried over. You wrote in your Lakers film room that he has got his shot back, which it's just, it looks so much better.
Which was better. It was better to see him shoot. He kind of hesitated a lot in the first half and in the third quarter, but then in the fourth quarter we'll start finding his groove. You kind of got the feeling. Daniel said in the chat that D'Angelo would have a big night today shooting, and he did because it's better to shoot better late in the game so it carries over to the next game than shooting great in the first quarter then gonna be terrible the rest of the game. So and it's also definitely D'Angelo's been getting some pretty good looks, and he's not forcing shots up. I think his rookie year, he could definitely make a lot of shots. He has a pretty big range. Clayton noted that a lot on the podcast last year. He can shoot it from 4, sometimes even 5 steps behind the 3-point line, and he can just knock him down with ease. But this time he's letting the offense flow through, and he passes off to another player, then gets more open, gets more space. He's not forcing up tough shots, and that helps your shot tremendously.
Yep. And I know a thing that people like to ding him on, and admittedly, even he himself has talked about it, is his defense this year has not been good. Last year, one-on-one, he was graded out about average, maybe a little bit below. Mm-hmm. His off-ball, like with all young players, is the real issue.
Yeah.
The last 2 games, I feel he's played pretty well, especially considering tonight he played against Conley, and last night he played against Lowry. Now, Lowry did go off, so people are going to say
I still think that whole thing was just switching issues, honestly.
Yeah, and I was going to get to that. That's not just when Jamie has talked about this. I don't know how many times. The last few days, the defensive issues for especially like when you want to focus in on one guy and just do the natural pairing up, well, point guard doing point, or, guarding point guard. A lot of the issues are on those switches, and we switch everything. So the stats that you see sometimes, or a lot of the time, is not due to the typical, pairing up of point guard on point guard, shooting guard on shooting guard. It's just, those switches disrupt a lot of things on the defense for their, their own issues. But lately, he's been playing well on defense. He's just, the effort is there.
Yeah,
which is huge for him.
Yeah, because he's a smart player, like we all know. It's just, and he can be a pretty solid defender, even maybe a plus defender, because he's just so like, I kind of like think of Lonzo Ball and how he's not like the super athlete. He's not like cut to passing lanes. It's just like he can just gamble every time, but he knows when to choose his spots and where he can kind of read defenses and where the pass is going to go. That's what D'Angelo does a lot, But and this year it's been more of a man defense, which was odd because last year he wasn't that bad, but early on this year he's been pretty bad. But now he's started to improve. It's just he looks more engaged. Like, all right, like I'm tired of taking this shift for my defense. I'm gonna sit down and play some average defense. I'm gonna try to stay in front of my man. I'm gonna try to get this pick and roll. I'm gonna try to switch. I'm trying to be aware of who's cutting backdoor. It's just small things that they help. And I did my film and I took about 4 or 5 different gifts on him. Just just looking more engaged. Just all right, I'm gonna stay to Kyle Lowry, and even if this guy sets a screen, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna try to double team him. I'm gonna try to get some help, but I'm gonna be more engaged, and that's helped him a lot.
Agreed. Let's go away from D'Angelo because I think we all praised him a ton. Randall tonight, I thought was we touched on him. He was just really, really good.
Yeah.
At the end he was assist hunting to try and get that triple double, but man, it really the whole team though. The whole team looks exactly how it was at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And that's when everyone was hyped about him, and December was terrible, but who would have known that injuries would do that to you? Guys don't come back right from an injury and they're 100%. It doesn't happen like that. So finally getting back into the groove and I'm hoping that this is the team. Win or lose,
tank
the game.
Tank for Fultz.
A game like this is good for the Lakers.
But it's bad for Gain Fultz, but
it is bad if you are on
give and take
tank already.
It's give and take.
Do you guys have anything else left to touch on that?
I do want to say it's a little thing. Clarkson looked better, which was good to see. If that could be him consistently, then I'd be more than happy to have him as our 6th man going forward. It's just consistency with him. He was passing the ball. He was taking smart shots. He was making his stuff at the rim. He just looked smarter. He had 7 rebounds today too, which was actually in 18 minutes. So he looked better, and I'm hoping he can continue that.
Yeah, he had 3 assists. He only 1 turnover, but tonight we had 34 assists tonight.
Yeah, 34 on 42 shots, I think.
Yeah, 34 assists on 42 field goals. That's really good.
That's like Warriors type.
Yeah, and we only had 9 turnovers tonight. That's 2 games in a row with below double-digit turnovers. Technically, I guess there was a 10th, but that was just that was at the 1.3 seconds were left on the clock for just to run it all the way out because there was no need to add on anymore, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So that's Clarkson with 3. That could have easily been 5 or 6. I think.
Yeah.
There's a few missed opportunities by guys either dropping the ball or just being smart and finding the next best shot.
Yeah.
You know.
I do want to add on to D'Angelo 2 turnovers in his last 2 games.
Yep.
He's turnover prone, guys. Come on, let's be real. He can't control an offense like that.
He at times does have turnover issues. We all know that, but it is a lot of those are just, you know, the youthful. Oh, I can make this pass.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So
flashy D'Angelo stuff.
yeah. I think he might have had one where it's just like, oh crap, but yeah. I mean, I really don't know what else to say. It was just so relieving to see a good basketball from the Lakers, you know?
Yeah.
Did you anything else before we get to the next tidbit?
Simmons better. We should draft Simmons over Ingram.
We should have drafted Simmons at 2 over Ingram. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, we should have traded our number 2 pick and our whole team just for Simmons. Honestly.
You're losing us followers. All right. Well, the next piece part that we were gonna do. Great transition, I know.
Masterclass.
A lot of the blogs out there, including our own Lakers Pulse, have been doing New Year's revolution. Oh my goodness, New Year's resolutions.
This is going great right now.
So,
wow.
I know.
High quality podcasting, guys.
It's terrible. Let's start off with just the starters. All right. Now for these, this was your idea, Merge.
Yeah.
So you want to describe it real quick?
Well, pretty much I just wanted to go over stuff that each of the players could get better at during this new year, something that they can improve on to make themselves better or make the team better. That's pretty much what I want to do.
Yeah. Well, there was a nice little tidbit that you wanted to throw in there too. But
it could also be trade type stuff. I'll just say that. I'll just say that much.
All right. Nelson, let's start with you, and we'll go with your favorite player, Mozgov.
Obviously, I would like to trade Mozgov and Ingram for Simmons, but we can't do that right now. For Moz, I just want to see a better rim protection. He's been pretty good off the roll. He's flashed surprisingly a pretty good mid-range shot that's looked pretty consistent. He's carried out to the whole year making a mid-range shot. One thing that I like him to fix, apart from rim protection, his contract. If he could just restructure or do something to it, maybe take off a year. I like him a lot more if that helps. But yeah, just become just be a little bit more aware at the rim protection because our guards aren't exactly like the best defenders. So and Nick Young's he started off the year pretty good, but he's downgraded. So he's not the same defender that he was. He's gone back to being an average defender, which is good enough for just a shooter. So if Moz could help a little bit more, that'd be great. Yeah.
Merge.
I really just want him to improve on being aware when D'Angelo tried to pass him the ball. Because I mean today I think there was 2 where there was one where D'Angelo tried to oop it to him off a screen and roll, and it went off of Mozgov's hands and it went out of bounds.
Sounds a lot like Roy Hibbert, but
and D'Angelo just looked at him like, "Come on, Moz." Rim protection is another thing, but I don't really know if he can really improve on that, right? With how old he is, I just think if he can just finish around the rim, he'll be a good enough placeholder until we get our next future center.
4 more years. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with the how rim protection isn't solely on him. I think a lot of that is prevention by the guards. Because I don't think he's awful at like just the verticality, but when guys can meet him at the rim, that's the issue. If he can step out, a few more feet and get to him, but then that with how big he is, he's just not quick enough to get to it. My real thing though for Mozgov is kind of what Merge said. I want him to be able to catch better than he has shown. There's a lot of times where I'm just like, you couldn't catch a simple pass like that. Like
sound like Roy Hibbert, honestly. Stop reminding me of Roy Hibbert.
Yeah, a lot of Cleveland people said that he had bad hands, and it's shown, in my opinion.
He's a great pick and roll man, though. I mean, if you didn't know, he's a great pick and roll big. Great numbers.
Yeah.
Check him out.
Yeah. Obviously, Nelson is still bitter. Let's go with Randall. What would you like Randall to work on in the short term, Merge?
Short term, I just want him to continue with his really good decision making. Cut down the turnovers. He's been like D'Angelo with like his turnovers, but it's been going down more recently. I just want him to just improve on decision making and be able to like not turn the ball over so much. That's really the biggest thing. And I think his mid-range jumper is going to come along eventually. Like it's been a lot better than it was last year, obviously. And I think
in that 40 to 50% range. I haven't checked it.
Actually, no. This is something I want him to step back behind the 3-point line more. That's the biggest thing.
I hate you so much.
He shoots so many long twos.
That's what I was going to say.
Sorry.
All right, Nelson, you go, and don't you take my next one.
Okay. Obviously, I would like him to go on a bus to Philadelphia, but that's not going to happen anytime soon.
I hate you. You're going to get muted here, Sam.
So since he can't do that because of because he played pretty good, so I just want his vision has improved a lot. It's cleared up. He hasn't been ignoring wide open people, if I can say that. But I still see plays where D'Angelo's semi-open or open enough to get off a good-looking shot for D'Angelo. And Randall just puts his head down and tries to score. You don't want to stop a player from wanting to score. If Randall wants to score, he wants to drive it in. He's strong. He's big. He can get inside if he wants to. He's improved his energy a lot, so I don't blame him for trying to take it to the hole. But there are instances where I want to see him pass a little bit more. It's a hard balance from being aggressive and passive. It's a tough balance. D'Angelo's been working that out, and for young players, it's hard to figure out. Okay, do I try to score here, or do I try to play make here, or how does it go? But he's been pretty good about it. Just that I'd like him to pass it maybe a few more times where I've seen that he can make a pass and the defender's either sleeping on his man, and he can and someone can spot up for a three. But that's pretty much it.
For Randall, what I want him to do is when he is open for the shot, I don't want him to hesitate. I just want him to take the shot. If you're wide open and he's been shooting well, you take the shot. Don't try and get fancy. Don't try and drive, because I think that's bad decision making right there. If you have the shot and you've been shooting well, if you haven't shot well that game, then yeah, sure, don't do it, but find a different avenue to go. But if you're just wide open, take the shot. Shoot your shot, 2017. Dang. Let me go first. I want Dang to just keep playing how he was about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
He's fallen off, I think, a tad recently. But if he can find that what he was about 2 weeks ago, I'm fine with him for at least this year and next year. That's really all I can ask at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nelson, who do you got? What do you have to say about Dang and his New Year's resolution?
Dang could be a great trade filler for the Simmons trade, but that's not gonna happen. So,
where's the mute button?
So for Dang, I'd just like him to to make sure that he has to make sure that he improves on getting enough legs under his shot. That's probably been his biggest thing that people are like, all right, Dang, you can be like the slowest player on the court, and you probably are right now, but just hit your shots. And he did a good job. He did a good job of it for a pretty good stretch. But now he's gone down, and now you want to see him. If he has a wide open three, you don't want him to just like airball it or miss it, because that's how he's been recently. He hasn't been hitting the shots all that well, and for a three, especially in a D'Angelo Russell run offense, you want a guy who can just play defense and shoot a three. You don't need to do anything else. D'Angelo playmaker for you. He set you up. Just when you get a wide open shot, a really good looking shot, make it, and that's all that I want from Dang.
Merge.
I don't really know if this is a Dang thing or a Luke thing, but I don't want Dang to be handling the ball as much as he does. That's what I want him to not do this next year, because they always start the first quarter and the third quarter off with trying to have Dang handle the ball or have Mozgov score. I just think that kind of kills any momentum they maybe had going into the third quarter, or they're trying to build in the first quarter. He actually had 6 assists tonight, which was kind of surprising to me when I'm looking at the stats. But really just that, and I want him to make open shots. That's really that's what I want him to do. That's what I wanted him to do when they signed him, and he did a good job of that for a good 3 weeks. So hopefully that comes back again.
Yeah, I'm looking at his shot chart.
Look at Ingram's shot chart, Clayton.
It's bad, I know. Let's look at Ben Simmons' game log.
Oh God.
It's all white. That's all it is.
White. From about the 11th of December to roughly, I guess you could say that Christmas or the 27th, he was solid enough. Then there was a few games here or there, but I want him to get back to that.
Yeah.
Next guy is Nick. What do you want him to focus on, Nelson?
I want him to focus on getting on the bus to Philadelphia, because Philadelphia needs shooters. It could be a piece, a filler piece for the Simmons trade. But apart from that, there's not that much. Just for Nick, just cut out the whole Nick shot thing where he tries the ISO and he's hot and he's gonna just like try to create a shot for himself. He's just not that good enough at this point. He's great catch and shoot. We've seen that. He's been lining it up that way. But, there were some instances where he forced up some bad shots. And, even though you're hot and you have the hot hand, you feel like you can make them. It's fine to hesitate every once in a while. Just think about, do I really want to take the shot? And I'm hot. But, try to pass it out. He's done a really good job. He's leaps and bounds ahead of where he was a couple years ago as far as shot selection goes. But, all I want from Nick, same thing with Dang, just shoot the three and play a decent enough defense where it's not hurting the team. Because, and just if you can play make, that's fine. If you can assist on a bucket, that's fine every now and then. But just catch passes from D'Angelo. That's pretty much what I want from him.
Merge.
I just want him to continue to keep doing what he's been doing. I mean, I don't remember if they said it during the game today or if I just saw it on Twitter, but he's 6th in the NBA in made threes, which is kind of crazy because he missed like 9 games.
Trade him.
And I would really love to see Nick in the 3-point contest. I think that'd be really fun to watch.
I love seeing Philadelphia, but
so. But he's been insane. I mean, it's kind of insane that he holds a record in Laker history right now. The most threes made in through 5 or 6 games, whatever it was.
That's depressing.
Yeah.
So I just keep doing what he's been doing, and I'll be happy with Nick.
Yeah, we'll be happy with him once he gets that max contract. And Clayton's just crying. He never makes another podcast again.
Nick, I don't think this I don't think this is updated. NBA.com has him at 96, and I think that's what he was at before the game. I don't think that's been updated yet. So if you add in the 6 that he had tonight, he would be 6th in the NBA. Oh my word, excuse me. If that hasn't been added, but I do not believe it has been yet. So, I mean, regardless, top 10, and he's missed what, 5 games?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Everyone else up to number 13 has played at minimum 3 games more.
Jeez.
So that's, I mean, he's
That's
in the last 2 games he's hit 12. So I mean, obviously that just shows you can get crazy.
Yeah.
Contract.
If Nick is going to stay on the team, obviously I want to keep shooting well. I mean, he's not going to be Cinder from Killer Instinct, but I want him to shoot.
Shot.
I wanted to shoot around at least 40%.
Nick does that enough. Nick shoots his shot enough.
Yeah.
Don't encourage him. Don't encourage that.
Nick, well, let me look at his 3-point percentage for like significant.
It's like 45
attempts, like over 100 attempts or something. We'll go with that.
Yeah.
I think he's the only one. Oh my word! Actually, if with anyone over 200 attempts, he leads the NBA at 44.9%. Which obviously the last 2 games have been huge for that.
Yeah.
But if he can hover around 40, I'm happy. What I would love for Nick to do is be on a bus to a contender
Orlando.
or a desperate team that wants that spacing to bring us something back. Whether it be a couple second-round picks.
Nick for Hazonia.
Say what?
I said Simmons. You know too.
Hazonia is my dream. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but that's. I mean, if I had to add a pick or 2 to that, then I would do that. Obviously, second-round picks because we don't have any first-round picks to really deal until.
Great job, Clayton. Great job impressing me.
I know. Unless we do keep the pick, Nelson, you can be helpful. But yeah, that would be my thing. I'm glad that he has helped and he has resurrected his career. I want him though to be the front office to use him as a trade asset and move along.
Do you re-sign Nick if he stays?
No. He's opting out, and I would not re-sign him. I mean, him and D'Lo seem to be doing a lot better, but I mean, how do you trust this? It's essentially a contract year, and he is going to be 32 next year.
It's his last contract, so that's why I'm assuming him to leave.
Yeah,
want to be traded.
he's gonna aim for a 3. I would say at least a 3-year deal, and he's probably gonna want at least double what he's making now. And I want to give that to him.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean,
I'd give him like 7 at the max. So that's my max for him.
A Lou contract.
Yeah, I give him like a Lou contract.
But the thing is then I would still want to find that 2 and then to make him the guy off the bench.
Oh yeah, I'm not expecting him to be our 2 of the future. It's just
well, I mean, two really the 2 of the next 2 to 3 years is just you're asking, I think, too much.
Or probably 4 years because the Lakers not giving out 4-year contracts apparently.
It's gonna be a 4-year contract with no opt-outs and a no trade clause.
Oh, and there's no waiving players either, so it'll all be fine. We can just dump them off like nothing, whatever.
We should just move on to D'Angelo. I think.
Please.
I'll go first with D'Lo. I just want him to play like he did tonight. I'm not expecting the 6 assists, and did he have 2? I think he had 2 turnovers.
Yeah, he had 2.
I mean, honestly, I think 6 and 2 isn't terrible. I'm not expecting him to go 6 from 9 from deep, but to hit a few outside shots, to hit some stuff from the elbow, You know, I just him being that gravity player, you know, where guys have to go to him, and then it opens up. That and I guess defense. I just want him to keep showing effort. Merge.
I want him to attack the basket more. I feel like he is. He's been doing that a lot more. He's been doing that a lot more the past few games, and it's been working for him. And it's even if he's not scoring, it brings the defense in, and he's able to get assists. And I want him to do that more than he does it. And if he can get that as a consistent, and it doesn't have to be like an elite, like driving. If he gets it like an above average drive game, I think that just opens up his game so much more than what he already has, and that could like vault him into an elite offensive player.
Yeah. So I guess I'll be the podcast host. You know, Nelson, go next. All right. So, you know, obviously
it kind of was just assumed, but I mean, if you want to be muted, that's fine. I remember how to mute people now. So
God, I'll be muted by the end of the podcast, so it's fine.
You guys need to stop this beef right now.
Oh no, it never stops. This has been going on since last week.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Yep. You need to squash this beef.
So all right, Nelson, D'Lo.
Yeah. So, you know, this isn't much of a. I don't know if this is a D'Lo thing or a Luke thing, but I really want to see D'Angelo get some more post touches. You know, in my article, I made a big deal out of D'Angelo getting post touches because he hasn't been getting many recently. And last year, that was money for him. You know, if he was struggling from the field, he just posted up and got those like easy little foul draws. And now, in this new offense, he's been getting less isolations. It's just been mostly him just moving the ball around, getting some 3-point shots, but he hasn't really gotten that many post touches. You know, he got I think
it's even looked like, I think that's a Luke thing because it looks like he's done that and then he's been taken out quickly after. So we've got two guys that are good in the, like, their future is going to be really good in the post, and D'Lo and Ingram. You've got to let that continue to grow.
Yeah, you know, because the done way to get better from the post is because the posting up is really just feeling the defense, like where they're leaning, where they're going to guard you, where they're going to try to, where they think they're going to go, and then going the other way, obviously, or trying to get some easy foul draws. You know, that gets better with experience. You know, Kobe wasn't always this like great, you know, fadeaway or turnaround shooter. You know, he got that with experience. So, you know, I mean, much of a D'Angelo thing, but it's still a thing regardless with D'Angelo that I wanted to improve. I wanted to get more post touches, improve in that area because, you know, that's where you can go to late in the game and be like, all right, the team's on a 10-2 run, D'Angelo winning some points. And if everyone else is struggling, you know, just give it to him in the post and get a foul draw or fadeaway jump shot or whatever he wants to get.
Yeah. Yep. One thing before we move on to the bench, guys, I do want D'Lo to stop being so, like, I don't want him to keep hunting for fouls. Let him come to you, because a lot of the time when he hunts for fouls, then he adjusts the way he shoots. Yeah. And like some ridiculous motion, you know, and he ends up missing a lot of those shots. So don't try and just flail to get the bucket. Do like Lou, initiate contact, you hear the whistle, and then you follow through. Yeah. You know, that's something that I do want him to fix.
Are you saying that Lou Williams adds value to the Lakers? Clayton, is that?
I have said several times on the podcast this year that Lou has been a lot better than I expected. That said, let's go to Lou, and I would ship him out immediately. Right now.
Someone mute Clayton like right now, honestly.
Right now.
Why would you trade our best player?
Yeah, why, Clayton?
Well, one, he's not the best player. Two, he's a 30 or 31-year-old bench guy.
That doesn't matter.
Timeline.
Doesn't
so
matter.
Yeah, no. I'm sorry. I don't see how people say like his value will still be good in the summer. That means that the team that wanted him will be out of the playoffs by then. So they lose that added value. So I want him gone by the deadline. Not because necessarily that I hate Lou anymore, because I don't hate Lou anymore. I did last year.
Very much so.
But hey, you too. I think you can get a pretty good young package for him, and I think you've got to take advantage of that. I saw an article. I don't want to say who because I don't want to appear mean, but they said the rebuild would just be prolonged, and I disagree with that because right now we only have 3-4 pillars. If you think Nance is a young pillar, which I mean, I think he's going to be a super sub for us off the bench. If you can trade Lou and get your 2 of the future or 5 of the future, then I don't know why you would wait.
I mean, Simmons is a small ball 5, so you know we could.
That's it. Mute Nelson. I can actually eject Nelson from right here.
I didn't even know. I didn't even think you were gonna mute him. Actually, did.
I did. Don't get mad. Just give him a second. I forgot. Actually, it has to go a little bit for him to be unmuted. Anyways, Merge. What do you want? what do you want for Lou to work on, or do you want him shipped out? What's the deal with him?
I actually like Lou now. I mean, not like him. I like him like D'Angelo, but he does add value to the team. And if he was like 26, then I'd want him on the team. I want him to stay on the team. But it's just he doesn't match up with our timelines. He doesn't. And he'd add a lot of value to a playoff team that would need it, or someone trying to make a run. And I think if we could get like a young wing and 15 to 20 pick, or if we could get like a 10 to 14 pick for just him, then I'd do that in a heartbeat. And I just think that gives us another young guy to work on, especially in this loaded draft. So nothing against Lou anymore. I just would rather. I would just rather. I'd just rather ship him out.
I agree. Oh, poor Nelson.
Did you screw up?
No, the laptop apparently doesn't want him unmuted. So we'll just have to carry on without Nelson.
Fuck you, Clayton. All right. Oh my god, I will leave this podcast. All right, I provide the energy, the heart and soul of the podcast. So you meet me again, you meet the heart and soul.
What do you want for Lou? Do you want him to work on something, or what do you want?
Obviously, I want to trade him. You know, if we could trade for Simmons, that'd be great. But you know, since we can't, I guess
don't think I won't mute you again.
You know, I'd be fine with to 20th pick, maybe even 30th, second rounder, which is probably a real bargain at this point for Lou. I think they can get a legit, you know, mid to late first round pick for Lou, and you know, I obviously blush and talk about the draft constantly, and there's a lot of really good players that could fit the Lakers. You know, they provide. If you kind of be joking yourself at this point if you're saying that the Lakers are like this perfect young core and they don't need anything else, and that, you know, I'm a full believer in the draft and that you rebuild the draft and you can never stop getting younger, and that, you know, and that young players, you know, if you're looking for a player to add value right now, you can draft a player for right now, or you can draft a player with more potential. It's up to you. If you feel like the team is already set, then you can draft you know, a junior or a sophomore, or you know, a freshman that provides a lot more value right now, but doesn't have as high of a ceiling as another player. So you know, there's just a lot more different avenues to go with than, you know, just having this like 30-year-old six man that's probably not going to resign with us after. And you know, he wants to get his money, and we're probably not going to offer that for him. And you know, even, you know, I know Merge said that if he was 26 or 27, that, you know, you probably want to keep him because the timelines match up a little bit more closer. I still trade him. That's not really our timeline yet. it's more around like 24, 25 is probably where
the Clarkson,
yeah.
the JC, how he's 24 right now.
Yeah. So, that's probably 24, maybe even you could push it a year, 25. That'd be fine. But, anything older than that, that's more like, they're expandable. They're not necessary to keep for the core and for the future. So, Lou Williams, he is what he is. He's not going to improve no matter what I want him to improve on. He's not going to improve, so I'm not going to ask for him to improve.
I think he's improved quite a bit this year. To be fair to him, I think his playmaking for others has been better. It hasn't at least felt where it's just like, oh God, it's just another Lou ISO fading to the left and trying to draw a foul.
But that's more of a testament to how bad Byron is and how his offense was really heavy.
I agree.
Which, obviously, inserting Lou, I kind of expected Lou to be more of a playmaker because last year he was really just, I'm gonna get my points, and this year he's been like, all right, I'll make this pass, like whatever. Like I believe in Luke's system. I believe in moving the ball because we can get points off that way. It doesn't have to involve me always drawing fouls. And it takes us I applaud Luke. I mean, he has improved by being a veteran and being a guy who actually bought into Luke's system. And now he's moving the ball more. But I think that's more of a testament to Luke's offense being more of a ball movie offense than than him improving.
Yeah. We're going to ignore guys like Zubats because he hasn't played, unfortunately. Yep. We're not going to talk about Calderon because I think he's healthy now, but he's just not playing. No Huertas, no obviously no Artest. I don't really want to even talk about Robinson. I think he played 4 minutes tonight. It showed, I think, that energy bench isn't going to work a ton. It was fun against Toronto, but honestly, I just cut him and look for someone else. But apparently, they want to ride him through the year.
Yeah.
So let's just mainly focus on the other three of Ingram, Tariq, and Clarkson.
Oh, and Larry.
And Larry.
Yeah.
Sorry, he's not on the thing. So
who is better than Randall, by the way?
Yeah. Larry, I just want Larry to be healthy.
I just want no hesitation. That's what it is for me.
Healthy and no hesitation.
Yeah.
Nelson, you got anything, or are you gonna give us a long speech? Or
I mean, I don't give speeches. I just give rants. There's a difference. But Nance is. I just want him to improve his defense a little bit more. He's been applauded for being a good defender, and he does provide an energy. He's kind of an energy big in sort of way how he can just he runs and he plays hard. But sometimes playing hard, that means that you sometimes ignore stuff and your awareness goes down. And he hasn't been as good of a defender as I expected this year. And so I just like him to be more of a defensive. We have enough offense on our bench. Obviously, we have JC and Lou who are they're shoot your shot. 2017 right there. So that's if he flashes more of a jump shot, that's fine. I take that obviously, but just keep playing defense. Just keep being the big that you've been, and him right now is good enough to be the big for our future.
Yeah, agreed. Then we'll go to. Apparently I got a complaint on how I say
Tariq.
I hear Tariq. I hear Tariq. I'm just gonna call him Black. Whatever.
Racist.
Whoa!
Wait, racist. Wow.
Oh my word.
Wow. Of course, we're coming from a white guy.
Last name.
Jeez.
Oh my word. You freaking guys. I guess I just want more consistency from him. He does essentially what he's going to do all the time. Mm-hmm. Energy big, okay-ish defense at times. He's not going to grow, so it's not like he's going to be kind of like a super great rim protector or anything. But I just want him to keep chugging along, stay healthy.
I agree. I have nothing else to add.
Yeah, just keep being the great role man that you are. Show Moz how to catch and passes. Yeah, do that.
Shut up, Moho.
Well, oh God. You don't want to see it.
I see.
So I mean, honestly, there's a ton that we could speak on Ingram. I just really, real quick. I mean, and this is from a huge Ingram fan. All I want him to do is just make his shots.
I think the way he's going right now, minus the shots, is fine. I'm fine with what he's doing. I kind of expected this because of how he started at Duke.
Yep. Same.
So I've been saying this since the beginning of the season. I think around All-Star break is when he's gonna catch fire.
Agreed. Nelson, are you going to go on a rant about Simmons and Ingram?
You know me so well. Obviously, I'd love to have Simmons right now because I think that he'd be a better fit for the roster, but just a better player overall, a better prospect. But you know, we're stuck with Ingram, so I guess we're stuck with it or whatever. You know what? I don't know, it's whatever. You know, I mean, it's a Duke guy. I mean, I don't really like Duke guys, but you know, he'll be just fine.
You do like Tatum, though, so.
I mean, but I mean, he's better than Ingram. You know, Ingram's not.
All right, I'm going to mute you again.
I mean, we all thought Ingram was going to be the next KD, but I mean, he's not playing like the next KD. I mean,
actually, if you look at the rookie year, they're shooting. KD shot like crap. Not to say that he's going to turn into Ingram is going to turn into.
I mean, Clayton just said that KD's going to turn into Ingram.
Hot take.
We all saw that.
Hot take and clickbait.
Hot take.
But you know,
calls Ingram the next Kevin Durant.
Wow.
Okay. Next one. I think we kind of already gathered it.
Yeah, but who cares? But that was the opinion. It's the open. Who cares? No, you know it's fine, Clay. No, it's fine. It's fine.
No, okay.
No. It's fine. It's fine.
So the last guy that we're gonna talk. Oh my word. the last guy we're gonna talk about is Clarkson.
More threesomes.
Oh, man. No one's gonna understand that.
I know, but I had to say it.
Okay.
I had to say it.
All right, Nelson. So you can, get your piece out. Let's hear what you want from Clarkson.
I want Clarkson to be part of a trade for Simmons. Like every player, they're all expendable in my opinion, except Russell. I think from Clarkson, I just want more playmaking. I know people said that he made a few good passes tonight, but that's just not going to cut it for me. I want him to, run pick and rolls and look to pass sometimes instead of just looking to score. I'm a jam these points down your throat. I'm a good player. That's what Clarkson's doing right now. He's igniting the Lakers Twitter and he's saying, look at me, guys. I scored 20 points, I had 0 assists. I'm a great player. Look at me. I had a great dunk. That's what Clarkson is right now. I mean, he's just scoring points, not really playmaking, not really doing much. I mean, he rebounded pretty good this game, but he hasn't been doing that consistently. Merge talked about consistency. I want consistency playmaking. Keep playmaking, make passes, look to pass. Luke's offense is really pass heavy, and you already have Luke who's chucking up shots. It's not like last year, but he's still shoot your shot 2017. But I want JC to kind of step away from shoot shot 2017. Has him less than threesomes. Just chill.
He's with Kendall, so he's not shooting any more shots right now.
Oh, God.
All right. So from all that, you want consistency and playmaking. Gotcha. Merge. What do you want?
Really just consistency, but playmaking is the biggest thing. Just because I've seen too many times where he drives and I see open player or a pass he can make and he just throws up a dumb layup that goes in, so it makes people think that he's doing the right play, and I just want him to pass the ball, and that's really the only thing. I think he can score when he wants to, and it doesn't help the team when he just only scores, especially when you have a player like Lou who, even though he's passing better, he's still a scorer, and that's what Lou's always going to be. If I just want Clarkson to just pass the ball, get back to rookie Clarkson passing the ball wise and consistently do it.
Yeah, I don't really have anything else to add besides that. I do think that if he doesn't keep playing like he did tonight, where he was a bit more looking for other people, I do think that you need to start possibly looking into using him as an asset.
Hot take.
Hot take.
Hot
Cannon
take.
is ready and
Hot
he's
take.
fired.
But I mean, other than tonight, I mean, the question has returned of is he a looter in a riot? So, I mean, not to say that I want him dealt, but if he does not improve, then deuces.
Yeah.
All right. Do you guys want to do a real quick one for Luke?
Yeah. I'll do one for Luke.
All right.
I'll do it too. I got you guys.
With Luke, I think his biggest problem is just time management and rotation management. Everything else he's been excellent at, especially compared to the previous coach. I want him to play D'Angelo more. I want him to play Zubats, get him minutes. I want him to do what he did today with D'Angelo. I mean, well, not really in the second half, but in the first half, he brought D'Angelo and Julius. Well, pretty much the whole starting lineup, but around like the 8-minute mark.
It was the 9-minute mark.
Oh, well, maybe not that early, but like 8-minute mark. Have them come in early and not have D'Angelo especially come in at like the 6 or 5-minute mark in the fourth, and have him try to get his rhythm back with like. Then once he gets it back, it's like 2 minutes, and it's kind of impossible to come back at that point.
When he comes in, I think that's his. I think I agree. That's his biggest thing for me, is the distribution of minutes, and he trusts the bench too much, in my opinion, for long stretches.
Yeah.
And then I want him to start bringing in D'Lo at the 7 or 8-minute mark, because when he's brought in at like 5 minutes, that means he's sat what? If he's taken out at
for like 11 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, 11 game minutes.
Yeah, so for like 20 minutes of real time.
Oh well, with the third quarter intermission and everything, then you're looking at like 30 to 35 minutes. Depending on free throws and everything, you could be looking at 40 minutes. So that's hard to come back from. That's my main thing, is just not to trust the bench so much, and to just roll with the starters when you see that the bench is just starting to cave.
Yep.
Nelson.
Okay. I won't talk about Simmons anymore, Clay. I know you look very frustrated. You look very mad, right? I feel bad for your wife. Hopefully it'll make you enough to buy your wife.
I'm enjoying watching this right now.
Oh no, yeah, I know. I keep going, but I don't want Clay to kick me off the podcast, because I know he's this close to kicking me off the podcast.
Yeah, I mean, I have it highlighted.
Yeah, so look, he's ready. Look at the little smirk on his face. Yeah, he's ready. But from Luke, I know that we talk about a lot about Russell here, but that's mostly because Ingram's not there yet. He's more of a wait and see. His improvements are going to come later on. Right now, it's just like you take what you get. And Clarkson, he's what he is. And there's no other. So basically, there's two main guys to watch out for. That's Russell and Randall. And Randall's kind of like this thing. He does everything. He's not like one specific thing. Like, he's not going to just like score this game. He's going to get rebounds no matter what.
I know people dislike it, but he's really turned into I don't want to say the person, the player, but Luke has clearly turned him into the Draymond role.
Yeah.
Role. He is not Draymond the player.
Especially leadership.
Yes, yeah. He is handling the ball. He's getting rebounds. He's the role of Draymond.
Yeah.
Not the player yet, or maybe ever, because there has only ever been one Draymond. So he has clearly been put into that role, which does make me happy.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I just
yeah.
Go on.
So for Randall, you don't really run offensive plays, or you don't really run things for him except pick and rolls with him and D'Angelo, or with him with another guard. But apart from that, you just let him do whatever he wants to do. Let him rebound, push the ball, let him do that. But for D'Angelo, he's the point guard. He's the point guard's most important spot. You want your point guard scoring a lot of points. You want your point guard distributing the ball, and
nowadays especially.
and for D'Angelo, I love to see more plays run for him. Obviously I talked a lot about ISOs. I want ISOs to run for D'Angelo. I want off ball actions because D'Angelo's a pretty good spot up shooter when he finds the chances. Off timeouts or off a foul, he gets them on the ball. He runs two screens and he gets open, flings it, makes it. He's pretty. I'd say he's about 50% making threes when it's a set play.
His catch and shoot, I believe, Dan Pat 7 did say his catch and shoot is at 50% or better.
Yeah.
Here. So
that sounds about right. So just running more plays for him, more off ball action. Merge brought it up a little bit, off the podcast, but just run more plays for him. He's a dynamic scorer, dynamic offensive weapon. He can pass, do literally everything on the court. He can post up, just run more offense through D'Angelo. They run plays through Maz. Just run it through D'Angelo. Just don't run anything for Maz. Just run pick and rolls. That's it.
Yeah. So, Nelson, do you have anything coming out this week that you know
of? A film room for sure on this game, on D'Angelo or Julius. I'm not sure which one yet. And my draft article, talking about the prospects that the Lakers are probably going to miss out on. That should be out this week if Jamie can stop being lazy and actually edit my articles and get them out there. But whatever, that's it. Yeah.
All right, Merge, you were just here for the ride until you apparently start writing one day, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
And I've got a follow-up piece to Nelson's. I haven't gotten to it just yet because family life, but it'll be. You're now 17, so
yeah.
Yeah. I'll have that. I'll probably come up with something else this week as well. Power rankings were out, and yeah, we'll probably have another podcast. Is there a game tomorrow night? I believe.
No, Nets game is Thursday against Portland. Portland plays the Warriors tomorrow. So.
Okay, all right. So we might we'll try and have a podcast on Thursday. If not, then I want to have like one of our bigger type podcasts on like Saturday.
Yep.
We'll try and get that all worked out. Maybe we'll have another guest. So, all right, y'all have a great night, and thank you for watching, everyone.
Peace.
Later.